let's detonate tonight.
What's going on, guys? Thanks for tuning in into another video. Today I have a best class setup video for you guys, and we're going to be taking a look at the ARX 160 Steel Bite. I recently unlocked this weapon and I've been playing seriously about 2 days straight with it because I really love this gun, and it's such an amazing weapon. And the class setup that I have made, I've worked around every single attachment that I possibly could, you know, and I've come up with a really good class setup, and I definitely want to share it with you guys. So if you guys could help me out in this video and just drop a like and share with a few of your friends, comment down below, let me know at the end of the video if you used this class setup, if you changed anything about it. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright guys, so taking a deeper look into this class setup, obviously here we have the Steel Bite ARX assault rifle. Moving down into the attachments for this weapon, we have the suppressor, the red dot sight, and the quick draw grip. Now obviously the suppressor, we really want to stay under the radar, especially with a weapon like this. Even though it's a pretty good weapon, it's powerful enough to take down enemies, you know, or multiple enemies at the same time. It is still a weapon that leaves you a little bit in thinner due to the fact that it's only a burst fire weapon. So the way I like to play with it, obviously you might think otherwise, but the way that I enjoy playing with this weapon is with a suppressor. Okay, I just like to be on the safe side with this weapon. You're supposed to play passive and smart. You're not supposed to be rushing. Okay, you don't have an SMG or a fully automatic assault rifle. Okay, so looking into the second attachment for this weapon, we have the red dot sight, and simply because, just like I said a few seconds ago, you want to play passive, smart, and just take your time with this weapon. Okay, if you run a red dot sight and you're playing smart, you're gonna be playing a little bit slower. Just pay attention to the game, you know, the gameplay in the background, and you'll see I'm playing very slow, you know, as in comparison to what I'm normally used to, or as a comparison to what you guys normally see from me. You're gonna be situations where you're gonna be pretty far from the enemy, and you're definitely gonna need that red dot sight to give you that little bit of extra leverage there to be able to hit, you know, enemies better on target. Whether you want to aim for the chest or the head, whatever, the red dot sight, you know, you can never go wrong with the red dot sight. It's been around Call of Duty forever, and it's there for a reason. So I definitely think the red dot sight is a very good attachment, especially for a 3-round burst weapon like the ARX. Okay, so moving down into the third and final attachment, we have a quick draw grip. You might not, you know, you may be asking me, why do you not have a foregrip? Why do you not have stock? Well, I tried both of those. Okay, I've tried every single attachment on this weapon. The foregrip, I don't really need it because it's a 3-round burst weapon. Once you shoot it, the recoil will go back down. Okay, you're gonna be playing passive again. You're gonna take your time with your shots. You're gonna try and be in situations where you already have your aim precisely in the right spot, you know, therefore you don't have to be trying to wobble all over the place. You know, obviously there's gonna be certain situations where you're gonna be nervous and you're gonna just wobble your aim all over the place because that's only normal. You're only human. But for the most part, playing smart, you know, it's really gonna make you not really have to put on the foregrip on this weapon. You know, the recoil, you shoot 3 bullets, it goes back down. It's not that serious. The stock attachment, I didn't put it because I found myself, even though it's a good attachment, you guys can, you know, swap it off for quick draw if that makes you feel better. I normally love, you know, stock attachment on all my ARs, but for some reason with this weapon, running stock made me, without even noticing, it just made me want to rush more. And at the end of the day, like I said again, rushing with this weapon is just not the way to go. At least for me, it's not. So if I took off, when I took off the stock attachment, it made me play a little bit smarter and just use my brain a lot more and just take it passively and take my time. And that is what works for me. So I hope it works for you too. If not, just swap it out for stock and maybe it works for you. Just let me know. The next following thing into this class setup is, obviously we don't have any secondaries, but is the wild cards. We got perk 1 greed, perk 3 greed, and primary gunfighter. Moving up into the perks, we have low profile. We do not need, you know, lightweight because we're not going to be rushing. Even though lightweight is a really good attachment in any class setup, we won't really need it in this class setup. So low profile, so we can be invisible to UAVs, tracking rounds, and exo ping. We really do not want to be detected, especially with this class setup when we're trying to, you know, be under the radar. If you have an enemy player calling in a UAV, you don't want to be giving away your position for no particular reason. So that's why we go with low profile. We don't have any perk 2s. I don't find it very necessary. Maybe peripherals, but I think there's other slots in this class setup that could be a little bit more important than just peripherals. So moving down into the perk 3 slots, we have scavenger and blast suppressor. Scavenger, so we don't run out of ammo. Sometimes you really won't run out of ammo depending on what type of player you are. If you're a player that doesn't go on long streaks, you might want to switch it out for toughness, because, you know, sometimes you might need it with the 3-round burst weapon, I don't know. And if you're a player that goes on decent streaks, you could, you know, stick to scavenger, because you may go on long streaks, you may run out of ammo, you never know. So that works for me. Next perk here, we have Blast Suppressor. Best perk in the game. I've always said invisible on the minimap when performing exo moves. Although you're going to be staying under the radar and playing, you know, passively and smartly, there's going to be certain, you know, situations where you're going to need to use your exo suit to get away from situations, or just get, you know, from point A to point B. And you shouldn't be giving away your position, not just to the player that's chasing you or that saw you, but to the entire team. Okay, and you will do that if you do not have on Blast Suppressor. Okay, guys. So next exo ability that I'm running here is Exo Overclock. Obviously, it does say gain a temporary boost. Even though you're not gonna be a lot of moving around with this class setup, or at least rushing, you won't. You know, you might think you don't really need that, but for me, I think the Exo Overclock is just important for any situation. Like I said, if you don't have lightweight, you could somewhat just swap lightweight for Exo Overclock, and there you go. You'll use the boost whenever you need it, whenever you need to get out of tough situations. At the end of the day, you don't really need any other abilities. They're good, but they're not all that great. Maybe Exo Cloak if you want to play a little bit more campy and, you know, be a little bit harder to detect. But aside from that, my personal preference would be definitely Exo Overclock. And then moving down into the score streaks, we have UAV at 400 points. Obviously, it's a no-brainer. It's the most OP score streak in the game. It's useful for any situation. I definitely recommend it for any class setup. And then the bombing run, just to have a second one there. System hack, I don't think you really need it in this class setup, since system hack is used, you know, for people to be harder to find you, for them to just have a harder time in general looking at the screen. And obviously, when you're rushing, if people are hiding, you will hear them with the system hack, so it acts like an amplified perk somewhat. But since you're not going to be doing all that, I think the bombing run will come in handy, especially if you hit it on a good map. You know, if not, you guys could just swap it out for any, you know, other score streak that you guys enjoy using. So this is my class setup for the ARX 160. I try to go, you know, as much detail as possible with this class setup for you guys, so you can understand exactly why it is that I choose these certain perks and attachments. So I hope you did find this class setup useful. If you did, you know, let me know down in the comments. Drop a thumbs up. It really does help out the content get out there on YouTube, guys, and it means the world to me for you guys supporting my videos. So if you guys did enjoy this video, drop a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new to my channel. I bring videos every single day. I go freaking hard on this YouTube stuff. I don't quit. I won't quit. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.